Jack it up.
Okay, so this has been a while since I posted on my YouTube channel, so hello, I am back, but this is gonna be the first video, and it's just gonna be a tutorial on this, a Roblox playlist, right? And we are playing Arm Wrestling Simulator, and I'm gonna try and give you like tips and tricks. I mean, I can include some Robux spending or some like free to play, but overall, I'm hoping this will just help you climb the leaderboard maybe someday. I don't even know. But yeah, so let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so first, basically, well, if you're like a brand new beginner, I don't know where you are starting this or in the game, but if you are just starting, you should have a wheel and you should be able to spin it. Like I have one spin, but it takes forever now. And if you do get the first pet, this is the second pet, but if you do get the first one, to get a starter pet, it does like 4.1 if I'm correct. But basically, you want to start lifting, right? I don't know, what here, let's just like go equip something. Best one. Okay, you're gonna start lifting, get your strength, and then first, what I want you to know is you don't need to pay attention to this recommended strength. It does not matter. It has 4K, but when you really go into it, it has 700. So, like, it really does not matter. You really only have to pay attention to the inside strength. So, 100. So, say you lift, actually, before you start lifting, I recommend you go hands because hands are after this next update, the best way to gain your total strength, and all of these actually add up to your total, but I recommend you just do hands. You can do some biceps, some knuckles, but hands is just the best way to gain strength now, so I recommend you do that. And you can start fighting this uh, starter bully, then the teacher, as you climb your way up, and then you shouldn't be getting as many wins as me because I have a 2 times wins Game Pass, but I recommend if you can't do the teacher yet, you just do this bully 5 times. Come over here, buy an egg, equip that pet, and then climb your way up to the teacher and get further as you go each one and keep defeating each boss. And then I will say, so they did just add leagues again. It got put into the game and they removed it and then they just added it. Um, so basically, right, you go into leagues, you find a target, which I can't actually fight right now. I just did online, but this regens about every 40 minutes you get one, and you have 6 starting off, and it'll give you someone around your strength, and you can fight them for you actually get stars, which puts you in your ranking, depends on where you are in your league, I guess. I guess I'm 6th, and so basically, and I guess I'm in bronze, so not the best, but or wooden, I don't even know. But you find your target, you will get TP'd over here, and you start to fight them. But you can actually also, if you win, you get strength or bicep power, hand strength, or knuckle strength, which I find is pretty cool. So I think that is also a really good way to level up. And ignore this. This is just useless. It is so slow, and it does not go quicker than your normal bicep training, which you're not even gonna be doing because you're doing hands. But yeah. And for game passes, what I recommend you do is buy, here, let's go to passes. If you don't have a lot of Robux, I recommend you go for VIP because VIP literally gives you 3 times your earnings, which is really good. And it isn't even that much Robux. I'm pretty sure it's 250, but I could be wrong. And if you do have a little more Robux, you could go for double wins, which I have, or I mean triple egg really isn't the best. It's not too useful, especially when you get later in the game because you can't even open that many eggs. But I guess at some point, if you want, you can get it. And I will say these lucky game passes are pretty useful. You don't have to get all of them because it goes from like 90 Robux to like 250 and then 750 about. So it is pretty expensive, but it is up to you. And ignore these. These um, really, I mean, I guess they're like a little useful, but you might as well just grind. It's not really worth it. And for these eggs can actually be pretty good. I mean, this pet is a very good pet for me at least, because I mean, I'm not the best player, but still, I mean, this actually is not the best. So if you were to get an egg, I recommend you go for these ones if you are like really rich on Robux, but overall, I recommend you don't buy these eggs and just play the game. But yeah, so once you keep progressing and you can slowly start beating these guys, you can beat the champion, and for 15k wins, you can escape the school. And then you're in the gym, but you do have to get here. Let's see, you'd probably have to get around like 600k strength. And it should not be hard to beat him, especially if you have an OP auto clicker, which I can put the download link in the description, but it should be pretty easy to get. Uh, or to win fights, you really don't have to click if you have the auto clicker. Just set it to a low MS and then click your button to start, and then it should just click for you, and you should be able to win if you're somewhat around the strength. But okay, so basically you want to keep getting pets, and I recommend you don't, if you can buy, like, say you have 100 wins, right? Don't get this and make them big, because you are able to get a bunch of these pets, right? And then turn them into a big version. Like, see, you need 2 out of 3 and make them big, and then you can make those huge if you have 3 big ones. But if you do have like 100 wins, right? Say this one costs 5, this one costs 25, right? I recommend you go for the this one instead of these to make them big, because it should be more worth it. And same for these eggs and future eggs that you come by. And these auto fight and auto train, it does not fight as quick. I mean, you won't really notice it because this does not have a lot of strength. But like, if you were to use an auto clicker, um, instead of auto fight, it's so much better. But the thing about auto fight, you could leave your game AFK, turn your auto clicker on, and just keep auto fight on, and then you can keep going. But I have noticed a bug, or maybe not a bug, but if you're AFKing for some reason, if I'm just sitting here, I leave, I come back, I randomly teleport to the spawn, so I don't exactly know what's wrong with that, but I may have to figure that out. I'm not 100% sure. And in terms of rebirthing, so you can rebirth, and I'm pretty sure they start off with give you an extra 10% every time you rebirth. And I don't recommend you skip. I mean, if you really want, you can, but it's not too worth it. And as you can see here, I have 375% XP boost, and it does cost 72 million wins at rebirth. But I will say, if you have a lot of strength, like if you've been AFKing for a while, like I have, and you have a lot, I recommend you either save your wins, because when you rebirth, you don't lose all your wins. You only spend like 72 million, so I'd still have like 2.3 billion left. But so basically, I either recommend you do rebirth a little at the beginning, and then get a high strength, and then maybe get to the point where you can probably rebirth like 5 times, or just don't rebirth that much until you have better pets, because it's not that easy. It doesn't even give you that much of a boost, but like it is worth it, I guess, after over time. But if you are able to just keep getting a better set of pets and keep improving your pet team, it will be more worth it. And instead of rebirthing when you have the same pets, because it would take you just a while to get back to the point you were at. But yeah, so, and I think you can equip either 3 or 5 pets at first. I don't exactly, oh crap. I don't exactly know, I kind of forget, but I am sad. They used to have a game pass. You could buy pets, but now they don't. Or buy equip pets, but now you can only buy 2 at a time for this button. It's only a 129 Robux, which I already don't have anymore. I already spent all my Robux on this, but I do recommend you get a little bit of these and maybe get to like 10 if you will, or 11, sorry. 9 or 11. I think that would be good. Um so and then once you, cause it just helps you so much. And if you have the same pets, you're literally doubling your pet team, which gives you so much more in the long term, or in the long run. So I do recommend you do that. And I will say, be careful of the craft all button because Theo, I have these cool crabs, right? It is better for me to have 5 cool crabs instead of crafting them into one big one because then I'm gonna have to start using these pets, which are not the best. So you have to be careful of that. So I honestly, at a certain point where you don't want to craft all your pets, just you're probably gonna have to start crafting them individually, but it's not the end of the world. It shouldn't take too long. But I will say, I don't know if they changed this, but I could have like 150 out of 70. You just couldn't scroll down to see that other like 75 pets, so it is weird. And you don't actually only have 70 pet slots, is at least from a day or two ago. But maybe they changed it. I don't think they did, but they could have, and who knows. But yeah. So once you get to the school, you just keep lifting and keep lifting, and you can. I will say that something about this one right here was always so hard to beat. So once you get to this boss, you may have trouble unless they did fix it. But you could be like actually almost double his strength and still have a really hard time beating this guy, which didn't make any sense to me. But it was just like bugged or something. But maybe they fixed it. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I think that is about it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed and I hope this helped, and I will see you in the next one.